Welcome to another video tutorial for AMPcms. This video tutorial is in our Users and Groups module, which you can find under the Settings category. By default, AMP comes with the Super Admin account that you won't be able to modify or delete in the Users and Groups module. However, you can create additional admins and manage them through the Users and Groups module. To create another admin account, click on the Add New User Entry button at the top right. From here you can put in the name, last name, email, and login credentials. You'll need to specify a login and a password for the user account. Then you can specify the group for the user account. If you leave it as custom, you can specify the permissions down below. You'll first need to specify whether the user account can log into the admin panel or not. Generally, you'll click yes to allow them to log into the admin panel. There are some rare occasions where you might not want the user to log into the admin panel, but still allow them to access certain modules on the front end of your website. For that purpose, you would click no. Now that you have configured the control panel access, you can now start setting permissions for each module. For this purpose, we want them to access the Pages module and the Blog module, but maybe we don't want them to delete any of the pages or delete any of the blog posts. Once we've set our permissions, we can go ahead and save the user account. If you want to give the user super admin rights, you can change their group from custom to super. From here you won't be able to change any of the permissions, as they'll have full access to the admin panel. You can also configure group accounts. For this instance, we're going to create a group called Writers that will be able to write pages, blog postings, and testimonials. However, we don't want them to delete any of the items. Now let's save our group. Now that we have a new group, we can start adding users to that group. In the group drop-down, we'll select Writers. Because it's a group, you won't see any of the permissions. You'll have to go to the Groups tab to configure the permissions there. Once your user is configured, go ahead and save the user. Not only can you configure users to have access to the control panel, but all users will have access to your restricted pages. To create a restricted page, you'll need to go to the Pages module. Either add a new page or select an existing page that you want to make restricted. From here you can scroll down and click on the Advanced link. Then scroll down and then select the restricted attribute. Then click Save. Now let's go to the front end of our website. As you can see, when we click on the test page, we'll now be prompted for a username and password. You can either use your super admin account, or you'll have to use an account from the Users and Groups module. If you're logged in correctly, you'll see a message that says Logged in successfully. Then you'll be able to see the content that's on the restricted page. If you want to log out from the front end, you can click on the Logout button at your bottom menu. Now let's see what it looks like when we log into the admin panel as a different user. Since we gave Jane permissions only to be able to access the Blog, Pages, and Testimonials module, you'll only be able to see those in the control panel. We gave permissions to Jane to add and edit testimonials, but not to delete testimonials. So let's see what happens when she tries to delete one. You'll notice that it will give her an error that she doesn't have permissions to delete the testimonial. Now let's log back in as our super admin. We can also move certain users to different groups. Here we can move Jane to the super users. Jane will have to log back out and then log back in. Once she logs back in, she'll have full control of the admin panel. If you're looking for specific users, you can use the search field to do so. You can also export your users to an Excel file. From here you can see I have a list of both my users: first name, last name, email, their login account, control panel access, and the date that they were created. So that concludes the video tutorial for the Users and Groups module. Thanks for watching.